Hello and welcome to the Curriculum Information PowerPoint for Term 5 for Year 1 Red Class. I wanted to start the meeting today by looking at a wow from last term and also a now moment from last term. So I think our wow moment from last term definitely had to be when we had our Space Dome visit. It linked so well to obviously our topic of space, and the children were absolutely amazed by what we were able to see, and it really did aid their learning further. A now moment was when one of our lovely children came in to show us that in his own time he had made little space figures out of air-dried clay, which obviously shows how much they've thoroughly enjoyed their learning last term. And it was wonderful to see him share that with his peers as well, who had lots of questions and were very amazed by it. Having a look now at some key highlights from Term 4, it was a very busy term with lots of events happening in Term 4. As you can see, we had Red Nose Day, World Book Day. Of course, in the corner there, that's our Space Dome. We also celebrated World Maths Day, as well as Pancake Day, and Science Week, in which we had our scientists in, which, as you can see from the faces here, we had some real shocked expressions at how amazing some of the experiments were. And finally, we had Dogs Trusting, which always goes down really well with the children, and they always take lots away from the workshop. So that was absolutely fantastic. Having a quick look now again over our school vision, which is, of course, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And we learn together through our Christian values of respect, friendship, trust, and perseverance. So using those as our key buzzwords around the school, and making sure that the children are sort of using those and modelling those within the school. Alongside that, we of course have our school rules of ready, respectful and safe. Again, another set of those sort of key buzzwords that we do remind the children of throughout the day and throughout the school. Moving on to our Term 5 theme of learning. Wishful thinking with it being seaside. Let's hope that we get some sunshine this term. But no, it is a wonderful topic, seaside, looking mainly into the history of seaside holidays and how these have changed. So that sort of sums up our history learning just there. As you can see, we'll be looking at seaside holidays in the past, which children are always fascinated by. In RE, we will be looking into other faiths this term, including Islam, Judaism, and Hinduism. In English, as you can see, we will be doing lots of writing related to our topic of the seaside. So we'll be writing a persuasive letter to begin with, then moving on to a narrative and ending with a diary entry. And just below here, these are our inspiration for writing. These are the texts that we will be using this term. So we'll be starting with Stella and the Seagull, moving on to the Storm Whale, and ending with the Lighthouse Keeper's Lunch. And I've just listed here a couple of the skills that we will be either revisiting or learning this term. So looking at plurals, suffixes, conjunctions, and also expanding on our use of punctuation, and how this can sort of better our writing. In science, we will be looking at plants, so looking at a range of garden and wild plants, different types of trees, and also making observations of our own growing plants within the classroom. In music, again, a really lovely topic linked to our overarching topic of the seaside. The children will be learning about vocal and body sounds, and the theme is By the Sea. In PE, we are finally moving on to some summer type sports, so looking into cricket and tennis. In maths, we will be starting the term by looking at measurement, particularly mass and volume, and sort of finishing up to where we got to with length and height as well. Then we'll be moving on to multiplication and division, and we'll be ending the term looking at fractions. In art, we will be making and designing a clay fish, which the children always love year upon year. So we'll make the clay fish and then paint it. And finally, in our PSHE learning this term, we'll be looking at safety and the changing body. And I've just listed there those lessons that we will be looking at within the term for your information. I know that I spoke to lots and lots of you at Parents' Evening about the phonics screening check, and also mentioned it in the last curriculum information video. But I just wanted to reiterate that this is coming up next term. It will be in the week commencing the 10th of June. And there's just a little bit of information here to refresh your brains about what the phonics check is. So I'll leave it on the screen for a moment. In light of the phonics screening check coming up, as opposed to spellings or counting in multiples this term, like I gave them last term, this term, I would love for there to be a focus, obviously, on phonics at home. So please do use the packs that I gave out at Parents' Evening, and do ask if you need any more. I'm always happy to help resource that for you. Alternatively, you can search online yourself for phonics screening check past papers, where you'll be able to access the same sort of papers that the children will access in term 6. But again, if you need any help looking into that, then please do let me know. In addition to that, there's also lots of interactive games online. Please do ask me before selecting a game, as obviously lots of them don't link to the scheme that we do at our school. We are a Read Write Ink school, and so I would suggest using games that do sort of reflect what we teach the children at school. In light of that, there is this really, really lovely game called Sound Sayer, which is just a little teaching tool to help the children with their phonics reading and spotting the sounds of that. Some key dates for this term, as I mentioned right at the start, on Thursday, the 25th of April, it will be our class worship. So please do make sure that you are collecting your tickets from the school office for this. We're really excited. Can't wait to show you about all of our learning. It will be really fantastic. As well as that, on Friday, the 24th, it is the Pentecost celebration within school. In regards to PE, our PE days are staying the same this term, so outside PE on a Monday and inside PE on a Tuesday. Children are, of course, expected to wear their PE kit to school on these days. Please do make sure that they do have appropriate shoes on for running around. And making sure that earrings are definitely removed before the PE session, as we cannot remove these for the children. In regards to the children's homework, as you know, children have their homework book, and it is given out on a Thursday, and it is due to be back no later than the following Tuesday. We do alternate the tasks between maths and English each week, and everything that is within the homework book is something that children will have learned either within that week or previous weeks. It will never be anything that is new to the children. Just a quick note on lost items. As always, please do make sure that all of the children's belongings are clearly named. This makes it just a lot easier for us to have a look for you if they are lost. And if they're somewhere within the school, they do generally circulate their way background should they have the children's names in them. Finally, a couple of notes on communication, just to sort of refresh that quick messages and queries I'm more than happy to take on the door at pickup time. Alternatively, I'm happy to receive those messages on Class Dojo, and I'll respond as and when I'm able to. If it's something that you feel needs a little bit more discussing, then please do let the school office know, and they should be able to arrange an appointment. And lastly, if there is going to be a change in who is picking your child up at the end of the day, or if you wanted them to stay on for club, then please do let the school office know, or do let me know via Dojo. It's just really, really important that we know who you are expecting to pick your child up at the end of the day. And finally, keeping up to date, as always, we have our class page on the school website that has up-to-date information about our class. Our My Child at School app also has our school newsletters that holds the key information and celebrations of the key school events. And as well as that, you can also pay for breakfast club and after school club, as well as other trips and events via My Child at School. So it's really, really important that you are set up on that, so that you don't miss out on any of that key information. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really, really excited to get the term back and going, and I hope that you had a lovely Easter. See you later. Bye.